Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with some huge Bethesda news. First of all, sorry if the lighting is a little off. I usually don't record around this time of day. I do have some curtains coming, so no matter what time of day I record, that will be fixed. Those curtains will be up within a few days, but either way, you're not here to hear me talk about curtains, are you? Bethesda did a pretty awesome live stream event today with Microsoft, and we got a little bit more information than I expected. First of all, I did live stream this event. It was a ton of fun, although YouTube didn't think it was, because Bethesda chose to use that one song during their Journey video in the live stream. But either way, everything will be fine. I don't think I'll get a strike or anything. It was just a live stream. I had a ton of fun with you all. But yeah, we got some pretty awesome stuff during this live stream, and I'll break it all down in today's video. And there are two kind of big pieces of news that most of you will want to hear about, so I'll just stick to those two pieces of information in today's video because they're the most relevant to future and upcoming Bethesda products. And at the same time, I will quickly break this live stream down because I did watch it within the last few hours, so the memory is still in my mind. So if you want to have the complete breakdown and summary of this in today's video, as well as a focus on the more interesting things, then this is the video for you. But first of all, to summarize this live stream event really quickly, it was pretty hype. If you're a fan of Bethesda but you're not a fan of Xbox, you still can't ignore how big this is for Bethesda, because Bethesda is right where they should be. They're getting all the help they need from Xbox to take the games they make to the next level, and that goes for beyond Bethesda Game Studios. It goes for every single one of the amazing developers underneath Bethesda Softworks. And at the same time, Xbox also reiterated they weren't going to change anything that Bethesda was doing. They're going to let Bethesda keep doing what they're doing. They're just going to give them more assets and resources to make what they're doing even greater. And on top of this, Bethesda feels like they can focus on the more creative elements of game development now, and they don't need to worry about finances or anything like that. And that's true because not only did they just get $7.6 billion, but they're a permanent fixture in the Microsoft family. And family was the main tone of this event, of this live stream. Bethesda talked about how both them and Xbox have very similar development processes, but also core values, and the two of them have been working together as one basically anyway for a long time. Phil Spencer even said that Todd Howard and Bethesda Game Studios always got the next generation Xbox, whatever it was at the time, be it the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, or the Xbox Series X. Bethesda Game Studios and Todd Howard always got it first and got to test it out first. That's how close these studios are, and that's why this is a great moment for both Xbox and Bethesda, because, like I said, Bethesda's right where they should be, and they can be focusing on what they should be focusing on, which is just making great games and doing what they're doing and taking it to the next level. This live stream was very touching for Bethesda fans. It was a great experience. We got to hear from all the different Bethesda Softworks developers and how they felt about things, and it was totally worth a watch. If you haven't watched it already, I highly suggest you do so, even with me summarizing this. But I guess there's not two but three interesting things that I'm sure all of you want to hear about more than anything else. And in terms of announcements, there really weren't any more announcements, even for the other Bethesda Softworks studios, but most of the information we got had to somehow do with Bethesda Game Studios, and again, they kind of said stuff without saying it. Now, first of all, in terms of exclusivity, it's strange because Phil Spencer said he's going to be very straightforward here, but he basically said the same thing he was always saying. But he did say that he wants to make Bethesda games available on all the platforms that have Game Pass, which is PC and Xbox, so chances of exclusivity are seemingly a little bit higher than they have been based upon some statements made in this event live stream. But basically, he's been saying the same thing he's always been saying, which is some stuff will be exclusive, some stuff won't be. They're going to honor any contracts or ongoing development stuff that already has had contracts regarding other platforms, which is obviously Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. Maybe Starfield's in there too, I don't know. But he basically said the same stuff he's always been saying in terms of exclusivity, except his wording makes it seem a little bit more plausible that exclusivity is going to happen. And I still kind of think the same thing I've always thought about exclusivity. It's possible, but I doubt Starfield and Test 6 will be fully Xbox exclusive. But either way, that's all he said about exclusivity. Another interesting thing they said in this video is that this event is the beginning of a big marketing phase for Bethesda, and they're going to be talking about a lot of their projects a lot more in the days and months and weeks, I guess, in the time to come, in the future days to come. We're going to be getting a lot more information soon because, in their own words, now that this Microsoft deal is finalized, everything can go a lot faster with Microsoft partnered with them, and that means marketing. And exactly when they said that, they interluded in the most low-key but high-key way at the same time, which is by saying, basically, there will be a lot more to come this summer. And And Pete Hines literally said that he knows people have been asking a lot of questions about what they're working on next, and him saying that obviously is directed towards Starfield. I mean, people ask about Starfield and TES 6 anytime Pete Hines talks about anything, even if it's just hockey. So if he's saying that people have been asking about a specific thing, he means Starfield. And right after he said that, they basically said that it will be this summer. And this is the most high-key and low-key way of saying we're going to hear more about Starfield this summer at an E3-like event from Bethesda. It'll be Bethesda's own E3-like event, and that is just super hype because, as the recent Bethesda track record has shown us, whenever they fully showcase a game at an E3 event, they release it that same year, and that seems to be what's going to happen with Starfield. Bethesda said we're going to hear more about what they have coming next this summer, and even though Bethesda Softworks has a lot of different developers working on a lot of great stuff, anytime Bethesda says stuff like this, or the community talks about stuff like this, Bethesda knows it's Starfield related. So they weren't going to directly say Starfield because they want to like keep playing as close to that line as they can of saying stuff without saying it, and that's exactly what they're doing here. But it's super hype to know that the wait is finally over. In less than like a handful of months, we're going to finally see Starfield in its full glory outside of supposed leaks and stuff, and then that means this year, less than like 9 months, 10 months, we're going to actually be playing this game. That's insane! Think about that! A year from now, we'll be playing Starfield. A year from now, there's going to be Starfield walkthroughs, Starfield memes. There's going to be Starfield everywhere. I can't wait to stream this game with you all, and I was definitely not expecting even to get this much information about Starfield from this event. I was expecting them to not even mention it at all, but they told us when we're going to hear about the game next, and like I said, even though they didn't say the game's coming this year, the usual Bethesda Game Studios MO lately in their last few releases has been to showcase the game at E3 in June, and then to release it later that year in the fourth quarter of the year, usually November. And then on top of that, we got something else. They said that there's going to be an FPS boost for earlier Bethesda Game Studios games like Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, and that's huge because anyone who plays these games on PC, anyone who mods these games or uses mods, knows that that FPS cap of 60 built into the creation engine kind of sucks, and we can probably have Skyrim running at 120 FPS plus. That's super hype, and another hugely unexpected thing. I never expected anything like this to come from the old Bethesda titles. Maybe Skyrim, but Oblivion? That's nuts. This event was super hype because there's a lot of unexpected stuff here, but even though it's nothing huge, minus that high-key, low-key Starfield this summer statement, the fact that people can get so hyped over just the most minimalistic Bethesda official statement shows you just how huge this company is, despite all the hate it gets, and I just can't wait for this summer. My hype levels have just plummeted through the roof. The hype can't assume direct control because I'm assuming direct control of that hype. And I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, well, he didn't officially say that there's Starfield's coming this summer or anything. Like I said, he said that people have been asking a lot of questions about what's coming next. Anytime people ask about that, it's always 99% of the time Starfield, and Pete Hines knows this because he can't even talk about anything at all, not even mayonnaise, without people talking about Starfield and asking questions. So him saying that and saying we can hear about what's coming next this summer is huge. A lot more huge than I think a lot more people may realize. But either way, before my hype rambles just keep going out of control, I'm going to go ahead and end today's video. I am a little bit fatigued. I had a pretty big and awesome stream. I went ahead and skipped lunch so I could work on this. So I do need to get this video edited so I can go ahead and eat and relax, but this is going to be the beginning of a lot more to come for Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Game Studios, and I'm kind of having the feeling that we're going to get another Starfield teaser at some point within the next few months. Maybe a little bit earlier than people expect. Either way, that's everything I want to talk about in today's video. If you enjoy the content, if you're hyped for Starfield and Bethesda, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on. And if you want to help grow the channel and the community, be sure to share the content, share the channel, share the video, get people to be aware and subscribe to the channel because the YouTube algorithm really ignores channels underneath 100,000 subscribers. So because of that, the channel has been growing kind of slowly. However, since I've been asking you all to share the content, the channel has been growing a lot faster. So huge thank you, it is much appreciated. And speaking of appreciation, huge shout out to these amazing people for going above and beyond to support the channel and bring you content like this. If you're going to get a permanent feature video shout out in every single one of my videos from this point forward, you can support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. I'll be updating this list this weekend, so now's your chance to get added to the next list. Links for all this and more are down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when the control of the hype has been assumed directly. Okay, that just doesn't work, but whatever, let's just go with it.
It just works.